morning, everyone. Hi. Welcome. My last HR liaison meeting. I am delighted to introduce to you Robin Fergus, the new Executive Director of Human Resources. I know many of you have had an opportunity to meet Robin. Certainly feel free throughout today to come up and introduce yourself to Robin. Robin comes to us with 15 years of experience at the Denver Public School District, as well as a little bit of time at DRESCO. But the reason I mention the Denver Public School experience is because in those 15 years, Robin experienced a lot of events, one of which was the Denver Public Schools finding themselves in a similar situation to ours, which is having grown and needing to shift and change. And so Robin brings a lot of experience going through change management, going through growth, and going through transition. She also Ryan Wilkerson, the individual that led that worked with us. So delighted that Robin brings that experience and many other wonderful experiences to us. Welcome, Robin. Thank you. So today you're going to experience a transition. I'm transitioning out. Robin's transitioning and facilitating the HR liaison meeting. I want to thank all of you for being present, coming, sharing your feedback. Today we're going to try something a little bit different. We heard your feedback through the work of the University Business Operations Task Force, asking that the HR liaison meetings be a little more interactive and not so much about presenting. And though, yes, you provide us feedback in large group format, Robin is going to try an activity in connection with our website to gather feedback from you. So we're going to transition and do something a little different today, and always open to hearing from you. Did it work or could it be different? So I am transitioning. Robin, welcome.
Thank you. I'm delighted to be here. Everyone has been so welcoming. I've started to make my rounds around campus, so if I haven't been out to your division yet, I'm trying to get everywhere. It's just there's one of me and a lot of you. So having a wonderful time meeting and all about the work that everyone does, and it's lovely to be a part of such a wonderful. So thank you for welcoming me. We do have quite a busy schedule today, and I want to make sure we get through the activity. So wanted to just quickly start off introducing some new members to our human resources team. We have a wonderful new member for our payroll team, Margie Patricius. Bob Overecker has recently joined our classification and compensation function. And Erin Malone, I don't believe her yet, but Erin is new, but not new to the HR team. She has returned after she was a CSU student and worked in human resources during her university experience, and she's now a member of our service center. So many of you may have already spoken to her if you've called the service center line, but we're glad to have Erin back on the team. She's a wonderful addition. So anyone else new that would like to introduce themselves? No? Okay. First off, we have a few policy updates, and Tracy Hutton is going to just share a quick update about our oath of allegiance.
Good morning. This probably isn't news to most of you. I sent out this information last week via several listservs, but we made some changes to the oath of allegiance policy to align with the current statute, which essentially changed an and statement to an or statement. It used to say that the oath must be administered before a notary and signed by the employee, and now it says or signed by the employee. So we changed the policy just to say that the oath needs to be signed by the employee. Yay! This is why I volunteered to do this one. So the policy has been updated. It is on the library. We've also updated the form, which is on our form site. So you have stacks of those oaths sitting in your desk. Get rid of them, recycle, and print new ones. Any questions on that? Thank you, everybody.
Okay. We've also done some recent updating to our background check policy, and Jesse Craver from our records team is going to share a quick update about the new language in the background check policy.
Good morning, everyone. So as Robin said, my name is Jessie, and I work in the background check unit. So we have a couple updates to our policy. The first one, a lot of you probably already know about. We're no longer requiring checks unless they meet the following sensitive conditions. So any of these, if the answer is yes, they will require a check. So if they are going to be working with those vulnerable populations, minors or animals, if they're going to be working with controlled substances, access to places like residence halls, sensitive information like social security numbers, cash handling, or if they're going to be required to drive as a major part of the job. So we do have a pop-up box when you're in Oracle and that goes over. But if you do have any questions or have any concerns about whether or not a check is needed, let us know. Just call or email us. Okay, and so the next one is to minors. So anyone who is 17 years or younger, we do not require background checks or a restricted party screening check any longer. So we used to require you to submit them through the Oracle system. That way we could do the restricted party screening check, but not anymore. And then just some additional updates. We're just trying to stay current. We're just trying to update the language, adding more definitions. Some of the links right now don't work, or they take you to pages that so we want to update that so it can be a useful tool for you. And then at the bottom of it, just including some cheat sheets, helpful guides, how to enter background checks, and things like that. Any questions about that? Yes.
But if they are in a sensitive situation.
No, so anyone that is 17 years old or younger, they don't need a background check or a restricted party screening check at all. Correct, yep, only 18 years or older.
Can you repeat that for the video
Oh,
online?
yeah, sorry. So minors, anyone who is 17 years old or younger, we are no longer requiring a restricted party screening check.
Even in all of the other circumstances?
Yep, even if they meet any of the sensitive conditions. Only if they're 18 years old or, 18 years old or older. And we can't run one on anyone that's 17 years. Any other questions? I think in that case, we would, if they, at the time of hire, if they're 17, we're not going to. So if we don't run a check, but then later on, they have additional duties, like driving is required or something, we would run a check then. But yeah, if they're 17 years old or younger, in no circumstances. Other questions? Thank you.
Thanks, Stephanie.
Robin? Sorry, I did have one other question. What is the minimum age for an employee?
Okay, so the question is, what is the minimum age for an employee? I don't know. I'm going to lean on my HR colleague.
I believe it's 14.
14?
Yeah, we have on our website information about minors.
Okay, we can confirm that.
Yep.
And send an update after this meeting, just so everyone is nodding here in the front row, 14, great, so it is confirmed.
And will
All in favor?
This presentation or the policies? That's the question.
will this information?
So our policies will be updated in the policy library, and
And this recording will be available on the HR.
the recording will be available on the liaison. So all of this information is accessible. Questions before we move on? No? Okay. We are going to tee up an activity. As Diana mentioned, we want to make this and engage, an opportunity to engage with one another, to get to better partner with our colleagues, for all of us to get to know you better and vice versa. And so we're going to try to incorporate more interactive activities as we go through the year. Today, you saw on the agenda that the website is the topic, and we are engaging in one of the pieces of feedback from the HRQ work is the website is a priority, and it's a priority for the central HR team as well, to have a website that is more aligned with the look and feel of the overall CSU modern site, as well as creating a space where all of our stakeholders can find information readily, and that there's up to date, it has relevant information, and it's not difficult to locate information. There has been some work that has already begun over the past several years on the website, so there's some good foundational work that we're going to build upon. But our goal over the next several months is to stand up in the first quarter of 2019 a new look and feel for human resources. I'm sorry, 2020. I haven't accepted that it's 2019 yet. So in the first quarter of 2020, our goal is to stand up the new website. But we'd like to do that with the input of our greater human resources voice. And today we've designed an activity where we'd like to have this audience break up into smaller groups, and we have a facilitator for each group. The idea being we have a set of questions that we'll hand out, and we'd like to hear your feedback both in the group, but feel free to also put your thoughts on paper, and we'll collect these as an exit ticket as you leave the room, because it won't be possible to get all of your feedback out through the group activity. There's also a note on the back of the form where we're asking if you'd like to participate in future opportunities to inform the design of the website. We're looking right now at staffing up a project team led by a project manager who can drive this work forward for the university. So we will have future opportunities over the upcoming months to come together for input and design feedback. So if you're interested, please be sure to check that box and complete your name and how we can get a hold of you on the page. Christy, did you have a question?
Robin, I just wondering if you could print out that form electronically as well, so that we have thoughts afterwards, we can share it that way, sure.
Absolutely. So the plan is that this form will be sent out so that our participants on the Blue Jeans call will also be able to have a voice in this process. We'll be sending the form out and hoping to get that feedback back from everyone who's participating today. That's also a good reminder. We are going to stop recording the Blue Jeans recording at the time where we break out in groups, because we didn't feel that it would be as effective to hear all the noise in the room and not be able to participate in a group. But we would like everyone's feedback that's on the call to ensure that we're getting the collective voice of the audience. So any questions before we get started? Okay, so we have several people with name tags with several of our central HR team members are going to lead the facilitation of the group, and we weren't sure how many to expect in person today, and it looks like we have approximately 60-ish. So if we can break into groups of 8 to 10 people, we will have our facilitators stand by their respective pieces of paper. We all have a dot or a star on our name tag. That is associated with a page on the wall, so you should look for I'm blue smiley face dot. So go to your respective dot group, and we